Tammy Ball, and in this video module I'm going to teach you a very simple model to use anytime you have to create content for a presentation, a status update, or even a conversation. This model will help guide you through the steps to follow in creating your key message you'd like your audience to know. The model is called AIM, A-I-M. A is for audience, I is for intent, and the M is all about your message. Let's begin with audience. It's a good idea, especially if you're giving a formal presentation or if you're giving a status update to a group of project team members. You want to know everything you can about the audience. Find out what they might want to hear or try to guess those things. What's in it for them? What might add value to them about your content? So find out as much as you can about your audience. Next is the I, intent. What is the reason you're giving a presentation? What's the reason you're having that conversation? Are you trying to influence the person or the audience? Are you trying to sell something? Are you giving a sales promotion? Or do you simply have information to share that you thought they might need? These are the three areas that we most use when we're doing a presentation when it comes to intent. What's the reason I'm saying these things? Information, influence, or selling. And thirdly, and most importantly, is your message. I recommend that you have one key message, and then everything else you say after that supports that key message. For instance, I was recently asked to do a 10-minute presentation to a group of recently promoted managers. And they wanted me to talk about change in the workplace. I only had 10 minutes, so I had to think very concisely and make my message very crisp. But first I found out as much as I could about these managers. I found that none of them had ever done any leadership before. They were really good at their jobs, so that's one of the reasons they were being promoted, and they had very little leadership development knowledge. So pretty inexperienced people, and this organization was going through some changes. So they just wanted me to give a 10-minute sort of snippet about change in the workplace and what they might focus upon in their new managerial position. So I decided to talk about how people deal with any kind of change. And I decided to focus briefly on 3 questions every human being asks anytime we're faced with change. And just so you'll know, those 3 questions are: what am I going to gain? What am I going to lose? And what will stay the same? So that was my one message to impart. And then everything else that I designed to say supported how to handle people when they were asking themselves those 3 questions. Another way to come up with content and your main message is to do a brainstorming session. So if you had a longer presentation to give, you might sit with a blank piece of paper and just decide what kind of questions might my audience want to know about this subject. What could be interesting to them? What could be of immediate value to them? Those are some great tips, and those things work for me. Don't forget when you're creating content to follow the model AIM. Stick to one key message and you'll do fine.